Okay guys, this is a just a quick little tutorial. I'm not going to go through the whole process. I wish I could, but it was a bear. And I looked online. If you go to Matthews Volvo Site, you can find great instructions on doing it. But there's a couple of things that I want to give you as a footnote. If you're really good at mechanic stuff, you'll get this no problem without this video. But if you're kind of like me, all I really know how to do is nothing. I can load a stapler. And so because I can load a stapler, I can likely take things in and out of a car, but it's always a challenge. And so this was no different. But anyway, this is the new fuel pump I just put in. I got it from FCP Euro, and I had to take my seats out. Now you have to take everything off if you're going to do this, because I had to replace the whole fuel pump. The top was leaking, but it wasn't leaking here. It was leaking somewhere in this area. Like one of these things was broken. And I just felt like if I was going to take it apart, that I don't need to epoxy. Let's just go ahead and replace it. So I bought the like $150 Bosch version of the fuel pump. Works great. Figure I probably only have the car another 3 years at the most. So anyway, when you take it apart, first thing you need to do is unhook the negative battery post. Do that so you don't get any kind of like weird indicators on your instrument cluster. Like ABS stuff. Like this is not ABS, but airbag stuff. This is the airbag sensor plug cable that goes on the side of the seat. You'll see it when you take that little seat cover thing. There's like a cover that goes right here, and it's like, it's all nice and it's leathery and plush. But when you pull that out, you'll see all of this, and this plugs into the side of the seat. Unplug that. Make sure it's like a little disconnect, quick disconnect here. You got to push down and pull back. I just kind of push down and pull back on the wires, and it works fine. Same thing on the other side over there. You can see it kind of like, right where my finger is right there. Boop, that little orange thing. That's it. I just kind of pushed it up so when I put the seats back in, I don't crush it. You gotta make sure you unplug those. And if you unplug those, you're definitely gonna get an airbag warning if you don't have your negative post removed. Okay, so now this is the issue I want to talk to you about. It was, if you're gonna change the fuel pump, you have to take this thing out too. And I think this is like the I don't know what this thing is called. I think it has something to do with like making sure that, there's a balance between the tanks, so it can measure how much gas you have and all that good stuff. I don't exactly know. Maybe it's a sending unit. Maybe it's something. I don't know. You can look that up. You guys are professionals. But in any case, this little thing right here, once you pull this up and out, both of these things, if your car's like mine, old as dirt, you're going to have lots of dirt. So be very careful. Make sure you try to clean that up as much as you can. The thing was grody. Okay, you see all these towels? See all that nasty dirt and stuff? That nasty dirt and stuff was pretty much all over the thing. So if you got like a shop vacuum that thing after you kind of scrub it a little bit. I scrubbed this one. It was completely gray and black from the dirt. And so I scrubbed it really good before I took it out and blew it and all that good stuff, and then, kept the dirt from going in the tank. You don't want to ruin your fuel pump by having a whole gang of dirt and all other kinds of acorns and berries and nuts and dimes and stuff fall into your tank. That would be no good. So just wanted to give you a warning about that. Now, those are the things specifically I made the video for. I use this stuff here. If you got some other kind of rope, go for it. I didn't have any. So I just got some of this because I do a lot of weed eating at the house. And I had to wrap that around the, there's wires and a tube that comes on this side. It comes from this side, from the fuel pump. It's attached to the fuel pump, and it goes all the way to this side. And there's two little electrical connectors that connect to the bottom of this electrical housing here. There's just two little ones. One's like white and one's black, and they connect on both sides. There's three of them under there. One of them you leave in, two of them you take out. And so when you take those two out, you're gonna have to pull the whole tubing and electrical stuff out this side, and then when you put your new pump in, it's got to go in this side, and it's got to be pulled back underneath the car this way. So what I did was, before I pulled this one completely out, I unattached it from the bottom, where so that's where the actual fuel, I think, is pumping the gas from. There's like a little plastic, little round thing that sticks in there. I'll show you a picture of that in just a second. But that little plastic thing has to disconnect, and then you unplug the two electrical connectors. Then you wrap this stuff right here around the bundle. The tubing and the electrical connectors are all connected like a snake, and they are bundled until they get here, and then they go their respective directions. What you do is there's like a little loop at the end of it. For some reason they tied a loop there, which is nice. So I wrapped this stuff around the loop. Then I wrapped the other end around this so that I didn't accidentally pull my rope all the way down into the tank. I wrapped it around here. And then I pulled the fuel pump from this side out. And by doing that, you know, that rope, or not rope, my weed eater cord went all the way across the side and came out this side. So I was able to attach the new bundle of this new snake, you know, electrical hose bundle to that same cord and pull it back through whenever I had to reassemble. I just want to give you some of those footnotes, because when I was looking at doing this project, I mean, people are smarter than me. That's just, I'm not that smart. I'm a low IQ dude. And so I personally didn't know this stuff. And so I wanted to make sure I gave this to you. With all the other stuff I learned, combined with the stuff I had to walk through to get this done, I think that you should be in a position to not feel as frustrated as I was. Last thing, you have to have, and I say it again, look, okay, I'm going to brighten this up a little if I can. You have to have the little tool to take this little thing. Now, see how I damaged the teeth on there? I tried to do that thing that I saw online where they were saying you use like a chisel, this chisel thing here, you stick it in there and you hammer it to move it. It didn't work. It just damaged the teeth on my thing. So I'm telling you all that to say this: you need to have a fuel pump remover. I rented this thing from AutoZone. I actually ordered it on a Sunday at about 2 in the afternoon, and I shipped it to the store, and they had it there by 4:30. And they said, hey, your stuff's at the store. I had to spend $90 to rent it, but I get that money back. It's a loaner tool. So in any case, it worked great. I set it, I put it on there, unscrewed it, same thing on both sides. Worked like a charm. I was out here struggling for 2 hours trying to figure out different tips to do it. I was gonna buy the little $30 tool online, and I was like, man, I just can't do this. And I finally went online and I looked, and a fuel pump puller is an actual thing. A fuel pump tool is something that more than Volvo needs to get the job done. And so they put a little kit together with all the tools you need in it. And it includes this handy little dandy tool here, which will save you a lot of headache and a lot of, you know, money, actually, if you rent it from AutoZone. I'm not trying to sell you AutoZone. I'm just saying that's where I got mine. So anyway, I hope it works out for you. Make sure you have lots of paper towels too, because it's a gassy mess. I didn't empty my gas tank. I didn't let it get low. I had about probably a half a tank, and gas was spewing everywhere. So unless you want your car to smell like gas for 4 or 5 months, or 4 or 5 weeks even, make sure you have lots of paper towels to absorb that gasoline. All right, I hope that helps you guys, because I sure needed the help and didn't have it. Oh yeah, also the big seat that goes on this side, when you don't have to actually take a bolt out to get it out. There's a big rod that goes through here. Once you get this side out, all you gotta do is pull the whole thing from this side. Of course, you're gonna have to take everything off anyway, the seat belt and other contraptions, before you can actually get to it. But anyway, I hope this stuff helps you. It was helpful to me. Now I'm gonna show you the old fuel pump and show you what that little hook looks like, a little loop looks like, excuse me, and the little plastic thing that goes on the other end of this thing. This is my old fuel pump. See how grody that is? That's pretty gross, right? Nasty. It was so dirty. I couldn't really clean it off that well, but I was careful taking it out. I stuffed the thing with paper towels so it could absorb the gas, because it was pretty much full of gas. It was really hard to get it out because this ball here is on the side, and the hole's only big enough for the plastic part of the canister to go through. It's not big enough for the plastic and the ball to go through. So you kind of have to push this underneath it while you're pulling it up and turn it to the side to get it out. Same way going back in, I had to make sure the ball was underneath the tank, underneath the gas pump, so I can get it in the tank and kind of twist it around until it got in there. And yeah, let's see, one more thing. Be careful when you're taking off your old one, especially if you plan on reusing it, because when you're using that tool, you can still break the tips off of the top. See this right here? I broke the tip off of that on accident. I already had a new pump, so it was no big deal for me, but it may be a big deal for you if you're not really interested in buying a new pump. Now that hook I was talking about, excuse me, the loop that you can hook your thing to is right here. See, the whole bundle is it's a hose. I'm trying to get the thing right. It's a hose, and it's electrical wiring. It goes to the pump, and it goes all the way back here. I guess it's pumping it, the gasoline through this little thing here, which is like a strainer looking plastic thing. Well, this little connector here, this little orange connector here on this side, it actually goes up in the bottom of that sending unit, that thing I was telling you about. So you have to take this off first. It just kind of pulls right out. It's just in there, pulls out, and then these two electrical connectors also have to come out. And before you drop this thing in the tank and have to reach in the gas to get it, make sure you attach some rope or something around that little loop there. It's kind of like this, you know. And then when you pull it out the other side, the rope's still attached. And when you have to pull it back, you can just pull your rope and pull it right back to the other side. Worked out great for me. I hope this helps you. I hope it's not too confusing. But anyway, it was kind of long though. Anyway, God bless you guys, and happy mechanic or fate mechanic until you make it kind of thing like I do. Anyway, God bless.